Welcome back, Monique. Here we
Hello.
go. This time in hiring, what I want to ask you, oh queen of executive assistants, is if you had to only choose
Yeah.
three questions that you would ask a candidate, what are the three questions you would ask and why?
The first question I ask is, why did you apply for this job? Because that answer dictates if I want to keep interviewing you or not. If you say, I like the location and I like the salary, I don't know if I'm going to keep interviewing you, to be perfectly honest. If that's why you are taking this job, then you are going to be more concerned with convenience and salary than you are with just about anything else. So that tells me if you read the job description. That, if you say, oh, well, I read in the second point there how you described this thing, tells me if you read the job description. It tells me a lot about who you are when I ask you, why did you act the way that you acted? So that's definitely my first question. I usually ask them, what do they love about being an executive assistant? What drew you to the profession? What keeps you in the profession? Because again, this is going to tell me a lot about you. Well, I like bossing people around. Okay, that's one way to go. Or you see their face light up. Oh, I love it when things come together and a plan comes together and my executives on time. Like you can see what is lighting them up, what body language are they giving you when you ask them what they love about a particular job. And that's for anyone, not just an executive assistant. What do you love about being in sales? What do you love about marketing? And see where their eyes raise, see where the sides of their mouth crinkle. This is going to tell you a lot about who this person is.
That reminds me, Monique. Years ago, I worked for a company that was owned by a big corporate, 4,000 person company far away. And there was a guy in that company, in this huge company, this one little guy who would approve our expense reports. And I was warned, you're going to hate this guy. He's absolutely a Nazi on expense reports, blah, blah, blah. And somehow, I don't know how I found out, but I got the story on him that he went to his boss he was put in charge of, you will approve the expense reports. Okay. But they didn't give him the authority. So he would go back to people and he would say, I'm sorry, I can't reimburse this because you didn't follow this policy. And then he would get overruled. So he went to his boss and he said, I want to quit. I just don't like my job. And the boss said, well, what's the matter? It seems like a perfect fit. And he said, you give me these policies, but you don't give me the authority to enforce them. And so they just walk all over me and I don't like it. And boss went, oh, I'm really sorry about that. Starting right now, you have the authority to enforce it. And the guy was incredible. I'm really organized on my expense reports. I don't know. I guess I worked for 2.5 years for that company. And every time my expense report was reviewed and paid via direct deposit by that guy within 2 days,
Wow.
I never had a problem.
Oh.
Okay. But it's just like what you said, the person wanted to have some authority that went along with the responsibility so they
Sure.
could feel like they're making some stuff happen.
Sure.
Yeah.
Being
Cool.
part
I'm
of the
sorry to
team.
interrupt you. Yeah.
No, that's quite all right. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. It's if you want to know why someone isn't performing well in their job, ask them. And you have to listen to their answer.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can assume all day long why someone isn't happy in their job. They've got this, da, da, da. We don't know. Ask them. But you
Yeah.
also then turn on the ears and actually listen and not fight them on what answer there is. If they say I don't have the authority, well, you don't need the authority. Like if you're going to argue back with me, then don't even ask the question.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totally. Okay.
Uh,
What's the third question?
the third question is I usually ask them when they've made a mistake and how they've handled it. And I want to know specific examples. So either when have you, we all make mistakes when communicating with another human being. Tell me a time where you feel like you could have communicated with someone better and tell me the exact situation. Or tell me a time when you've made a mistake at work and how have you fixed it? Because you want someone who's vulnerable enough to talk about what happened and then be proud enough to tell you how they fixed it. That's really
So,
important in a lot of jobs.
so have you ever had somebody say, well, I really don't make mistakes?
Bye-bye. Everyone makes mistakes. We're human, we're messy, and we screw things up. You're never going to be perfect at anything. I want to know the really real story, and I want to know if you're self-aware enough to know when you've screwed up.
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
about self-awareness too. So, and
It's,
how they talk about it, you know, if they're saying, well,
right.
this person did this and then they did this and then they did this and then they did, and then that caused me to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Not terribly responsible or taking responsibility or for their actions. They're not accountable. So you can tell a lot by how they answer the when did you fall down question.
Awesome questions. Awesome questions. Everybody should give those a try. Thanks.
Thank you.